What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Crash Play Gaming, and I have been itching to play my Zoroark box that I was thinking about for when Paldea Evolved came out with that new Reversal Energy. It gives us so many more Stage 1 Pokemon that we can use, and I have inserted a bunch of those into this deck that I thought are really good. And, you know, there is a little bit of a flaw to the deck with the Reversal Energy. I'm not even in the center of the page. What am I doing? Reversal Energy is you have to be below on prizes, but that's okay. This is a single prize deck. They are going to be taking one prize per turn. And we do have a couple attackers that do not need the Reversal Energy that you should be familiar with. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get to the Pokemon question of the day. Time for another Pokemon question of the day, everybody. Let's go over last video's question. Which Pokemon has the Phantom Transformation ability in the TCG? And if you would like the commenters who correct me, because I think I said Phantom Transform, but I did mean to say Phantom Transformation, you went ahead and guessed Zoroark. Zoroark has that awesome ability, which is pretty cool. And actually pretty funny that I'm featuring it in this video, which is awesome. But anyways, congratulations to Bad Socks. I believe that gives you 3 points. You win the first place prize. And I think everybody else is either running up or has 1 point. So the second place prize is still up for grabs. So go ahead and leave your answer in the comment section down below for this video's question, which is, which Pokemon is a bug type? Drapion, Kingler, Flygon, or Surskit? Go ahead and leave your answer in the comment section down below. Choose from one of those 4 Pokemon. I will repeat them. Drapion, Kingler, Flygon, or Surskit. Which Pokemon is a bug type? Put your answer in the comment section down below. Once you get to 3 points, you will win the second place prize because the first place prize has already been claimed. And then we'll reset all the points and start all over again for some new Pokemon questions of the day. So good luck, everybody. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe on the road to 500. And let's get into the deck list. I am so excited to bring back Zoroark. This was one of my favorite decks back in the day with the Phantom Transformation ability. Once during your turn, you can choose a Stage 1 Pokemon except any Zoroark from your discard pile. If you do, you switch them, basically. But you have to discard everything attached to Zoroark, so you don't attach anything to Zoroark just yet. This also does work for Stage 1 EXs, but that is not what this deck is about. This is a deck about single prizers. So let's go over all of our attackers we have in this deck. We have a Scovillain. For 3 energy, we have the Super Spicy Breath. Does 180 damage because we will have a fire energy attached. So 180 damage, hitting for weakness, 360 damage, KO whatever we want. We have Braixen here with the Flare Parade attack, does 6 damage for each Serena that is in the discard for 2 energies. So that's good. We have Cetitan here with the Special Horde attack, does 80 damage plus 140 more damage for if it has any special energy. So that's 220 damage, also one-shotting anything that is weak to water. We have 1 copy of Manaphy because bench sniping is a thing. We have my favorite Pokemon Go card, Slowbro, with the Twilight Inspiration attack. We can use this attack only if your opponent has exactly 1 prize card remaining. And we take 2. Perfect for this kind of deck. We have Heliolisk here with the Wild Charge attack. Does 150 damage for 3 energies. So that KOs everything that's weak to water except for VMAXs, which you might want to switch this out for a different Stage 1 Lightning attacker that does 160 damage. I think there's a Raichu that does it. But you have to be careful because I think Raichu discards your energy. I'll have to double check this, but that's why I went for Heliolisk at the time of this video. But just keep that in mind. I think you can switch this out for somebody else if you happen to go up against a lot of water VMAXs. We have a Ceruledge in here with the Fighting Sword attack. Does 200 damage to any Pokemon EX or Pokemon V. So if we're hitting for Psychic Weakness, we're hitting 400 damage. That's exactly why this is in here. We have a 3/3 line of Kirlia with the Refinement. This basically is replacing the good old, Chinchino line that we used to have in this deck with the Refinement ability, allowing us to discard a card and draw 2. And then another attacker in Steelix does Earthquake, has 180 damage, and does 30 damage to each of our bench Pokemon, but I couldn't resist the 180. That one-shots everything that's weak to fighting as well. But just keep in mind, you don't want to have to use this like multiple times, because then you'll KO your own Pokemon, so be careful. And then we have a Mabosstiff. I thought about playing Mightyena instead of Mabosstiff, but I kind of like the ability on Mabosstiff just in case. And with Mightyena, if they're not playing any VMAXs, you have to attach 3 energies anyways, but they both have really similar attacks. So realistically, it's up to you if you want to play Mightyena or Mabosstiff. I don't mind if you play either one. It might be better to play Mightyena, especially if you run into Mew a lot, but that's the only case you play Mightyena, I think. Well, I take that back. Mightyena can play up against Shadow Rider and Mew. Gardevoir doesn't do anything against because Gardevoir doesn't have any VMAXs. Mabosstiff, but you still have to attach 3 energies anyways, so it's whatever. You choose whichever one you want. And then, of course, we have the 4-4 line of Zoroark, the one that's going to be able to transform into all of these Pokemon. And we have a good little boy, Radiant Jirachi. Love this guy so much. The Astral Misfortune attack for 2 energy. We flip 2 coins. If both of them are heads, we just knock out our opponent's Pokemon. And it has a really good ability in Trusted Wishes. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage, we get to search our deck for up to 3 cards, which is awesome. Put them into our hand, and we have 3 copies of Level Ball, 4 copies of Nest Ball, 3 copies of Super Rod. So glad Super Rod is back. 4 copies of Ultra Ball, 3 copies of Artazon, which is a really good stadium. Once during our turn, we can search our deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto the bench, which is every Pokemon we have except for Jirachi, I believe. We have 1 copy of Bruno, 2 copies of Iono, of course. We have 3 copies of Research, and we have 4 copies of Serena. This is for the Braixen. Braixen is a really good Pokemon because it hits for 220 damage, which is a good number. It KOs a lot of Pokemon EXs that are basic, and we need that to kind of continue on with the deck, because there is a downside to this deck that I'll talk about here in a little bit. We also have a Defiance Band, which goes with the theme of the deck as well, allowing us to do 30 more damage to our opponent's active Pokemon if we're behind on prizes, which is maybe another reason why I played Heliolisk instead of some other electric Pokemon. And then into our energies, we have 4 double turbo energies, and we have 4 copies of the new reversal energy. And so that's why I could play a lot of Pokemon with 3 energy costs. So if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, and if this card is attached to an evolution Pokemon, aka a stage 1 that does not have a rule box, so all of our Pokemon besides Jirachi, this card provides every type of energy but only provides 3 energy at a time. Perfect. This fits into our deck relatively well. Now, your opponent can be smart and play around your reversal energy, which you just constantly start attacking with Braixen. So let me just go back to a couple of examples here. So we have Scovillain, which requires 3 energy, but if we're not behind on prizes, we can't use our reversal energy. So that is why we have cards like Braixen in here who can use the double turbo energy to attack for 220 damage, which 2-shots everything, and they have to deal with Braixen. So at some point, they're going to have more prizes than you, and then you can just come in with anybody else and finish off the Pokemon. We also have Radiant Jirachi, which attacks for a double turbo, which, is a little bit on the luck side, but, me and Radiant Jirachi go way back, and we have a lot of good luck. So there are a couple of attackers that use the double turbo energies, which we need. Everybody else, we also have Slowbro. Gotta have Slowbro in here for the late game. Everybody else is going to have the 3 energy attack cost, which is fine. So you just have to kind of figure out how your opponent's going to play you, and then just adjust to that. Also, it might be worth playing a Roseanne's backup, just so you can recycle some of your special energies, and you can get back a Zoroark or something like that. But I used to have in the list. I cut it for a Bruno. Let me know what you think. You guys could put it in there. I don't know. I don't think I needed it, but we'll see. Anyways, that's the deck. Let's go not watching in action, because I got to go over this stuff that's right up here. So the pros is we hit for weakness on everything. We try to cover every type of weakness we can. We have grass, water, fighting, lightning, darkness, psychic. We just don't have a fire attacker, and that's because metal Pokemon are not that prevalent in the meta, so I didn't put... Oh, no, we have Braixen. What am I saying? We have every type that we can to attack with. So there's that. We don't have metal. And the reason we don't have metal is because there's only one decent stage 1 Pokemon, and that is Excalibur. Is that the name? Drillbur. The evolution of Drillbur, I think, is Excalibur. He hits for 120 damage for 3 energy and doesn't let your opponent's Pokemon retreat. And I was thinking the only Pokemon that are weak to metal that are relevant are Kyurem VMAX, which it doesn't one-shot, and Chan PAL EX, which it does one-shot, but so can Braixen. So I figured we can cut back on 1 extra Pokemon and just have to 2-shot Kyurem VMAX anyways. So I was like, okay, we can deal with that. So yeah, that's that. So we hit for weakness. We are a single prize deck, so we can use Slowbro at the end game, which is why Slowbro is another pro to this. We just really have to take out 2 Pokemon. We have to take out 1 EX and 1 V, or 2 EXs and 2 Vs, whatever. We're down to 2 prizes, and then if our opponent has no way to take multiple KOs, we just win. There's no way they can beat us. That's that. I mean, as long as we have enough Zoroarks in play, there's no way we can beat us. So, the scores for the deck of speed is a 4. This deck is actually really slow. You have to have the correct attacker in the discard. And you want to actually lose some prizes in the early game, so it's okay. So, throw up your Zoroarks, throw up Radiant Jirachi, get them KO'd. It's fine. We want that to happen. The power is an 8. The reason it's an 8 is because we do one-shot almost everything, but not everything exactly. So, that's why our power is at an 8. If we're going up against, like, Dragon Pokemon, we have to two-shot them. Consistency is a 5, so prizing is a little difficult. Maybe you can add a penny in here to help you get the prizes that you need, because sometimes you may prize one of your attackers that are very useful. So consistency is a 5. You have to set up your Kirlias, you have to get your Zoroarks going, and then you have to have the energy at the exact same time that you're going to use Phantom Transformation. That's why the consistency is at 5. The draw's also at a 5. Again, you have to set up the Kirlias. We only have a few draw supporters in the deck, so keep that in mind as well. But the fun is a 10 out of 10. I love playing this deck, so that's why the fun is a 10 out of 10. Total score of 32 out of 50. How did that get to 500? That's insane. Anyways, the con are prizing, as I said before, and also your opponent having less prizes, no, having more prizes than you. You having more prizes than your opponent, because that shuts off 4 of your energies, making it a little bit harder to play around. So if your opponent is smart, they may be able to find a way to get some KOs to keep the prizing so that you can't use a reversal energy or whatnot. I don't know. There are ways around it. And then Ting Lu. I didn't realize this, but I had a matchup with Ting Lu, and it just shuts down the entire deck. Ting Lu shuts off abilities for Pokemon that are non-EX. My deck is non-EXs, and we have abilities in Zoroark, so if they put damage counters on Zora, we can't use Zoroark's ability, which means we can't even attack, can't play the game, so Ting Lu is just an auto loss, basically. So keep that in mind. It was a little bit disheartening to see that, but whatever. Anyways, let's go watch the deck in action. Ooh, Chen PAL, okay. Got a pretty good opening hand. Can get rid of this Excadrill, which will one-shot our Chen PAL buddies over there. And probably want to get Heliolisk in the discard as well. Manaphy's a good Pokemon to have, but they're going to be able to KO it soon, I'm sure. Nest Ball from our opponent. We got double Nest Ball, so that gets us double... Well, that's going to get us one Ralts and one Zorua, because I might be able to attack next turn with Excadrill. They take a turn 2 KO on Manaphy, which is very likely. They just need to attach a water energy this turn and next turn. And then we should be going from there. We also want to get Manaphy back as soon as possible. Ooh, 2 superior energy retrievals, Irida and Iono going away. It's an interesting decision. Irida is pretty important for their turn 2. But if they're playing 4 copies of Irida, then I don't see why they won't get into another one. There's Palkia, who is weak to lightning. So this is good here. Shivery Chill gets them their water energies. Put one of them on Chen PAL. They still have Radiant Greninja, so they have plenty of ways to get to what they need to get to. They're already halfway through their deck. Excalibur may be in their hand with Rare Candy. So we're hoping for the best off of this research. So we top deck here, Iono. Didn't want to top deck an Iono, but that's fine. Here's a Ralts. Here's a Zorua. And we're going to research. I know losing a lot of supporters, but it's important to get that Excadrill in the discard. Another Ralts. Another Zorua seems good. And we will hold the rest of the hand. Okay. So next turn, we can level ball for Kirlia. We get 2 Kirlias in play, discard Ceruledge, and whatever we top deck, Ultra Ball for a Zorua. And hopefully the research plus the double Kirlia gets us a reversal energy, because that's all we would need. See what our opponent does though. Hopefully they don't mess with our hand. We have a pretty good hand for next turn. They could also be playing Temple of Sinnoh, so we have to be careful about that. We do have a Trazon, or whatever the name of that stadium is. Shivery Chill, okay. They could also have a boss. I don't mind a boss, actually. That keeps Manaphy in play. We're also going to want to get Super Rod Manaphy back. That's true. Super Rod Manaphy is going to be necessary. Retreat. Nepalkia. Why do they retreat Nepalkia? I mean, guess they could attack with a Palkia V-Star. Do have the electric guy. Maybe I high roll my Zoroarks. Those are boss's orders, that's good to see. Yeah, maybe research can get me a Zoroark. Can also top deck a Zoroark. This is fine. I'm okay with this. We can still KO. Ooh, 2 Excaliburs in play. That's fine. We can definitely still KO the Palkia V-Star. Radiant Jirachi would be good at some point as well. Let's see if they use Star Portal. Subspace Swell. Okay. I'm cool with this. We're going to want to get that Manaphy back in play as soon as possible, though, because Radiant Greninja can wreak havoc on our Kirlias. And we still need them to get stuff into the discard. Alright, what do we top deck? A Serena? First things first, let's Level Ball Kirlia. Our electric attacker is here, so Heliolisk is good. We have 3 Zoroarks in the deck. 3 Ultra Balls, so we have 6 outs. We still need to hit the reversal energies. Okay, so Kirlia. Ultra Ball, let's get rid of Ceruledge and Serena. Let's grab the electric attacker we've got. Research. We have a Super Rod, which is good. But we do not have reversal energy just yet. So we're going to Ultra Ball away these. Grab Zoroark. And then we're going to Super Rod. Bring back Manaphy, Zorua. That's it. Level Ball for the Manaphy, of course. And then we can refine the Kirlia. Hopefully we get our reversal, or is it reversal energy? I believe so. Oh, we get double turbo. It's not quite what we want. Double turbo does not work yet, so we can get rid of Cetitan here. Reversal energy it is, perfect. Zoroark and Phantom Transform into the Heliolisk. I hate that you have to do it twice. Boom, reversal energy. And a wild charge for 300 damage! Let's do it! We get 2 prizes, they don't even get to use their V-Star power. And one of the prizes is a reversal energy. Another Zorua is great. Artazon is good too, we can bounce their stadium. And they come up with Tien PAL. Now unfortunately, reversal energy, we have to be behind in prizes for it to work. So next turn it'd be great if we can find Jirachi so we can put that in the active. We have to be careful with Manaphy. Want to keep Manaphy in play because Radiant Greninja is a threat. Superior energy retrieval, that's fine. And they'll have plenty of energy for next turn to attack as well. They do have to discard 2 energies. We did see them get rid of a boss, so Manaphy is kind of safe. Oh, they're putting energy everywhere. You discard from anybody, right? I believe so. 1 boss's orders is down. Okay. He discards from anybody. You may discard any amount of 1 energy from your Pokemon, yeah. Makes sense. Super Rod to get back that Palkia that we just KO'd. And a Hellblade. They'll have to discard 2 energy here to KO Heliolisk, which is fine. They get themselves a prize card. We'll go up with Zorua since I can put down 2 Zoruas this turn. Another Artazon. I think we have another Zorua in the deck. Let's just make sure. Yep, we do. Zorua comes down, and then we can Kirlia away this one. We don't need the Artazon there. There's Jirachi. Actually, you know who we don't have? Braixen. I think Braixen could have taken the KO this turn as well. Let's get rid of the double turbo here. Defiance Band is cool. Play down the Zorua and pass the turn. I don't want to research here. Not yet, at least. How many double turbos are we down? 1. Okay, we're 1-1. So we have a couple ways to KO PAL. Next turn, we definitely have the option of Excalibur, which is good. And I've actually been thinking about getting Excalibur out of the deck because it really is only for PAL. I just realized that Braixen could take out a PAL anyways. So I don't think Excalibur is needed in this deck because the other things that are weak to metal are, I don't know, Kyurem VMAX, and you can't one-shot Kyurem VMAX with Excadrill anyways. So keep that in mind. I want them to KO the Zorua so I can get good use out of my Super Rod. Just pass. Okay. We have ways to KO you, buddy, so it's okay that you pass. Now let's get rid of Scovillain first. Versal Energy's cool. Nest Ball, let's get rid of that. There's the Braixen. How many Zoroarks are in the discard? Just 1. Okay. That's fine. Braixen does 60 for each Serena in the discard, and we have 3. So we're doing 180, so I need the 4th Serena in the discard to KO PAL with Braixen. We'll get there eventually. We will eventually get there. I do have to be careful about decking out, though. What Pokemon are in the discard that I can attack with the double turbo? Nobody except for Ceruledge, which only does 50. Ceruledge can also KO? No, we do 200. Not quite. Just pass again. If I find that second Serena... Okay. Ultra Ball away Braixen and Iono. Now let's get rid of Artazon. And let's put Slowbro into our hand. We can get rid of Slowbro. Serena is in the deck. And we do have 1 double turbo energy. Okay. So we are going to want to find those. Let's get rid of Slowbro. And get rid of Steelix. So it's not happening this turn. There's the Serena. There's the Zoroark. But I still need my double turbo. We'll end the turn. We got 6 cards left. Gonna have to Iono. Get rid of Serena. Squawkabilly's an EX, so Serena doesn't really work on that. We're going to keep the Iono in hand because I can shuffle back in my hand and redo all this stuff. They're thinking we don't have a way to attack, and unfortunately we do. For them, at least. We have Braixen. Braixen will come in and KO the PAL. Excalibur is weak to metal, but it's not going to matter. We're going to end up finishing this with Braixen, it seems. So, see what happens. See what our opponent thinks about doing. We are down one of our Ionos already, though. So we're slightly on a clock. And they concede. I guess we'll take it. I mean, we were going to have that one in the bag. Palkia, Bidoof. Interesting. Possibly PAL, but this hand is not the best. We'll just throw that down and pass the turn. Didn't get any Ralts down. We have Serena to play. 2 reversal energies in hand is not great. Frigibax. So Bidoof and Frigibax, huh? It's okay. We do have some prizes we can give. That's the whole point. We don't need to be taking KOs right away. First turn Irida, that'll get them their PAL switch maybe. Or another Frigibax. Can't really play the research. Can I? Losing 2 reversal energies right off the bat isn't the best thing. But realistically, I only need 2 of them. 1 for Palkia. 1 for PAL, but I can also KO PAL with Braixen. Technically, I can afford to lose it. No, that's not a good stadium to see. We don't want to see Lost City. Research it is. Manaphy's a good Pokemon to see. Let's play Manaphy. Let's Ultra Ball away Bruno Ultra Ball. And grab ourselves a Ralts. Let's go ahead and get a second Ralts down. Because we have research in hand for next turn, and we can pass. Thankfully, we have the stadium counter in our hand because that Lost City is going to be brutal. But if we don't lose a Zoroark, that's okay. They have a KO on Zorua this turn, which is perfect. That opens up the possibility of us being able to take a KO next turn. However, hitting into one of my reversal energies is very low now, since I've already discarded 2 of them. But we do have Heliolisk in the discard, which is perfect for Palkia V-Star. There's the Ultra Ball. Is that going for the V-Star right away? Gonna have to get lucky off of this research, I think. Gonna have to get real lucky off of our research here. Gotta hit a reversal energy. We gotta hit a Zoroark. Those are the 2 cards we gotta hit. If we hit into some Kirlias, that would help. Artazon lets us thin out our deck by 1 card. Get another Zorua down. So, could be okay. Bye, Zorua. We'll see you in the Lost City zone. Okay. Let's see what we top deck. A Zoroark is a good top deck. So we'll do that. We'll evolve into Zoroark. That means we just need our reversal energies. So we can get the KO. Our last Zorua. Research. No reversal energy just yet. Let's go Radiant Jirachi, of course. And Kirlia, get us our reversal. Reversal for the win. Come on. We got... we get the KO on Palkia. Perfect. Perfect. Choosing a Heliolisk with the reversal energy. 300 damage. Taking the KO on Origin Form of Palkia. Getting that bad boy out of here. No energy in play for our opponent. We get 2 prizes. A Ralts and an Ultra Ball. We can play Serena next turn too. Not looking too bad for us. They come up with PAL. Gonna have to Super Rod back in Zorua and Zoroark. Radiant Jirachi can also get a KO on PAL as well. If we flip the double heads, of course. But we're going to be looking for Braixen to get us the rest of the way there off of this PAL. There's another PAL. Also, they can't attack us this turn if they don't get back Excalibur either. But they do have a Radiant Greninja to draw them some cards when they do their Shivery Chill ability. So they have some options. Escape Rope. give you Radiant Jirachi. Wonder why they didn't do their ability first. Now I'm just going to be looking for a double turbo energy, so that Radiant Jirachi can attack. Superior energy retrieval. Ooh, they had a Baxcalibur in their hand. They can use a Radiant Greninja here to do some concealing cards. Wonder why they haven't used Shivery Chill. Unless they don't have energy left in the deck, should be using the Shivery Chill ability. They should have used that before they even used Radiant Greninja to thin out those water energies. 4 of their cards are water energy. I'm not really concerned yet. Slowbro is a good discard. So let's go Slowbro Nest Ball. Grab ourselves a Braixen so we can put that in the discard with Kirlia. Actually, we're going to use Serena first because Serena needs to be used. There's a double turbo. Level Ball gets us another Kirlia. Perfect. We're going to save that last stadium. We're going to attach double turbo and go with Astral Misfortune. We don't have to draw any cards to see if we flip double heads. And if we do, perfect. 1, 2, double heads it is. Radiant Jirachi, bro. Radiant Jirachi is just so good for me. I should play Radiant Jirachi in every deck just because this is what it does. It's how we roll, man. All right. So we got some Kirlia fodder. We're going to keep the Iono around just because we're getting low on cards. We have 19 cards left. And we have to be careful with that. We don't want to deck out. But we also want to get some more guys in the discard. We get another Bidoof down. That's cool for them. Wait, were they able to get Bidoof? Oh, it doesn't have a rule box. It can have a stadium. It doesn't have a rule box. Lost Vacuum. Not my Artazon. That's okay. Don't necessarily need Artazon anymore. Conceal cards from our opponents. We got the Radiant Jirachi going. Irida can get them Baxcalibur. Here we go. Baxcalibur Rare Candy. That's perfect. They should have 3 energy left in hand. If they KO our Radiant Jirachi, we come up with Zoroark. We pick out our last Serena. Pick out another double turbo. And that should be enough damage to KO the last PAL. Oh, they're going with Radiant Greninja. Okay. You KO Jirachi, but that's all you do. I have Manaphy in play, friend. I have Manaphy in play. And now what do I do? Pull out the last Serena. I guess we pull out a double turbo. And Zoroark. That seems fine. We can KO the Radiant Jirachi. Super Rod back in Zorua. This isn't bad. Braixen's in the discard, correct? It is. Okay. Phantom transform into Braixen. That way we can just KO whatever we want. Have to choose the card twice. It's a little annoying bug about this. Double turbo, and then we can just go ahead and refinement. Get rid of Serena. Get rid of second Serena. There's the other double turbo. That's good. Let's go in Super Rod. Bringing back Zorua, Zoroark. Nest Ball for Zorua. And then we just go Flare Parade for 220. Which is incidentally enough to KO the PAL. And anything else on their board. Let's get that prize number 2. We're saving prize number 5 for the end. Perfect prize in Zoroark. Here comes PAL. They will be able to KO Braixen, but we have the backup attacker. And to be honest, we actually should just start giving them Manaphy, Kirlia, Heliolisk. We should start letting them KO these other Pokemon, just in case they get down to one prize. When they get down to one prize, we can just use Slowbro to give us our victory. They also don't have any water energies. I just realized this. I don't think they should be playing Barrel in this deck, but it's okay. Another Chan PAL list, another Chan PAL win. No problem. The 220 HP. Maybe if Chan PAL had like 230, I would put Excadrill back in, but they don't. Shivery Chill does allow them to attack. They only got one water energy. Do they have one more in their hand? I guess they didn't realize what Manaphy did. I think the turning of the tide was they didn't realize what Manaphy did, and that's it. That'll be GG's. Hit them with the Flare Parade for 220. Braixen still doing work in this format. And another dub for our Zoroark box. Hey Zorua, welcome. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I always appreciate you coming this far in the video. And we had a lot of Chan PALs come up, but that's okay. We were able to set up, show you what the deck is about and how it rolls, and just beat up on Chan PAL, because why not? It's the best deck in the format, I guess, apparently. And Zoroark box just handles it pretty well, so keep that in mind. Anyways, be scared of Radiant Greninja, be scared of Ting-Lu. Ting-Lu will destroy us because it shuts off our abilities for Zoroark, and we are a ability deck, we're not EXs. But anyways, appreciate it, and we'll see you next time on Crash Blade Gaming.